James Martin is considered the youngest soldier who lost his life in the war. He was born in Tocumwal in New South Wales on the 3rd of January 1901, 2 days after Federation. James loved everything military, and his mother found newspaper clippings from the war in his bedside drawer after he died. In those times it was compulsory to join the Army Cadets, but he was eager to join. When the war struck, James's father had tried to join up, but he did not pass the fitness test. So, Jim wanted to go in his place. Jim wanted action and adventure. He wanted to serve his country, and so did everyone else. He skipped school to see the first soldiers off, and he wanted to join them. However, to join the army, you had to be at least 18 years old with permission, or 21 years old without permission. Jim is tall, muscly, and has been through puberty at a younger age, but he could not have pretended to be a 21-year-old. So, he gave his mother a choice no mother would ever want to make. Sign this and you get to write to me, or don't, and I will join up somewhere else under another name, and you'll never hear from me again. She was just as stubborn as him, but after much arguing and fighting, she signed it, because his threat had weight. Never hearing from him again would be too much to bear, and he enlisted at the age of 14 and 3 months. His parents respected his gallantry, but of course feared of his death. They could not tell anyone because what they had done was illegal, and they were worried that they could be charged and looked down upon as parents. He headed to Broadmeadows for some training. His mum prayed that someone would find out he was too young. The father wanted to tell someone with rank in the army that he was just a boy, but he would risk him and his wife being arrested. He then departed for Egypt and ultimately the war in June. While they were on the boat, they were called 6 bob a day tourists. This is because they earned 6 shillings a day, roughly about $115, and that the soldiers were on a great adventure, travelling like tourists. Everyone thought the war would be over soon, and consequently, more people enlisted. They did not want to miss the great excitement and adventure that the war offered. This shows about the misconceptions of World War I in Australia, and as the war progressed, more and more people learned about how horrific and tragic it truly was. On the boat, he met a friend called Cecil Hogan, who was also underage at 16. He was the only person in the army who knew Jim's true age, and even then, Jim was reluctant to tell Cec because he did not want to have to go back to Australia and start again. The boat they were on was shot by a torpedo, and the ship sank. James and Cecil survived, but a lot of people lost their lives. After arriving at Gallipoli, he was fine and was sending plenty of letters home, but the horrible conditions at Gallipoli were too much, and he fell seriously ill with typhoid fever, a severe kind of bacteria that leaves the victim weak, with abdominal pain, headaches and diarrhea, and if not treated promptly with antibiotics, it kills 25% of its victims. He, unfortunately, was not given the antibiotics early, and he felt the full force of typhoid, and eventually was evacuated onto a hospital ship. Here, the nurses took very good care of him, particularly the head nurse, but despite their best efforts, he died of heart failure at the age of 14 and 9 months. The mother received the tragic news and felt serious regret. If only she had said no, Jim would still be with her. War took away many things from everyone, but it took away her son, and he was never coming back. Thank you for listening.